cleaning brushes. The brush cleaning process is probably the most crucial part of this whole course area. Why, you ask? The answer is straightforward. Because brushes can be considered bacteria and germ utopia with all the necessary properties that encourage the reproduction of these foul creatures. You do one makeup routine using a brush, and that process would provide the brush with dead cells, skin oils, products that you were using, and many different kinds of residue that will become a part of the brush for sure. And after you finish the makeup routine and using the brush, you leave the brush to wait for its next use. And then it becomes a utopia for bacteria and germ reproduction and multiplication. So next time you pick up the brush, it will contain even more bacteria than it used to before you left it to wait for its subsequent use. After you use the brush on one person and leave it without proper washing, the person you use that same brush on next will suffer the consequences for sure. And it is a fact that most makeup artists do not wash their brushes very often, if at all. So this poses a big problem which you should pay close attention to if you go to some makeup artist's studio to do your makeup. And most of all, you do not want to be one of those makeup artists that does not treat tools properly and maintain them clean at all times. People can get some severe skin diseases this way, by getting a plethora of bacteria from the brush in some makeup studio, using a friend's brush, or any other tool or product that was not properly cleaned after the last use. Because not all of us have the same skin type. People can have skin diseases and bacteria on their faces, but do not have any visible manifestation. In contrast, some people might have more sensitive skin and get severe problems after getting in touch with large numbers of bacteria. Some of the bacteria that people can get this way are even impossible to heal completely. Please, make sure that you take good care of your brushes and wash them properly, ideally after each use. But that is not all. Besides these health and hygiene issues, there are also some regarding the actual makeup result you will get when you use a dirty brush. When you don't clean your brushes regularly, you are mixing germs, dust, and other debris into the product and onto a person's face, making the product's texture a bit different from intended, making the final result different. Let us cover some of the reasons why you should clean and maintain your brushes well. Brushes can get filled with product and debris that bristles will start to fall off from them. Bristles will become weaker and lose their initial characteristics, which, of course, can lead to underwhelming results when using brushes like that. With each use, brushes get filled with product and many other things, making the product application much harder. Blending with poorly maintained brushes filled with debris will prevent it from mixing the product into the face and releasing some of its content into the mix, which will interfere with the overall texture of the product you are trying to apply. All this will undoubtedly result in underwhelming finishes that are not blended as well as they should be. Flawless looking skin will hardly be a possible thing to achieve, not to mention that skin of the receiver of the makeup might get irritated by the dirt and ruin the entire makeup. Of course, skin irritation is a widespread thing if you keep poor hygiene of your brushes. One more cause for skin irritation is that brushes harden over time Because the product left in the bristles becomes solidified over time. It happens because water from debris on the brush tends to dry off over time, making the brush almost solid. All this is causing the brush to create small scratches on your client's skin when you try to apply any product on their face. Bacteria and germs are next on the list of bad things you will encounter if you do not adequately treat your brushes. Makeup brushes are somewhat considered bacteria utopia. Brushes provide a warm and moist environment which can act as a petri dish for bacteria breeding ground. Each time you use a brush to apply makeup, you smear some of that bacteria from that person's face onto the brush. The next thing that happens is the process of bacteria reproduction, and it will last until you clean the brush. A dirty brush can contribute to making skin pores fill in with the bacteria and other debris and get clogged, which is a perfect way to get acne breakouts on the face. Keep in mind that using a dirty brush will contaminate all the products you were using with that brush. Bacteria spreads onto the products from the brush as well, making a vicious cycle of bacteria spreading. Are beauty sponges bacteria free? No! You can find some alarming videos online where people are cutting open their beauty blenders and finding inside of them bugs. Yes, bugs! That is how gross things can get when you do not wash your tools often enough. Eyelash curler requires cleaning as well. If you do not wash it often, the product will stick to it, and when you press the lashes, they will be sticky and easily fall off when you open the curler jaws. In the best case scenario, where you know the stuff that we will teach you in the following lessons, and you do not use curlers after you have applied the makeup, you will still leave it with dead skin cells and oils from the face, which is not a very good thing to do as well. Pink eyes are a widespread thing in the makeup industry. Sharing makeup products and tools for multiple people can easily cause conjunctivitis. So make sure you do not let the pink eye infection start from your makeup studio. Staph infection is an even more severe problem than pink eye. It can even cause death. There are many cases where people shared makeup and got this dangerous bacteria. Wrinkles are one more way of our skin telling us that it is in trouble. Bacteria is trouble for the skin. Stressed skin produces less collagen and elastin, making your skin start to wrinkle and look older than it is. And the final thing which is going to be bad is money waste. You will have to buy new brushes more often if you do not take good care of the current ones. You will also waste a lot of product because you will have to apply more to get the result you wish to make, but use an old dirty brush that mixes the debris from itself into the product, disrupting the texture. Now that we have told you what the possible outcomes of using dirty brushes are, it is all on you and your decision to wash your brushes often or not. And if you were wondering which brushes you should clean, the answer is straightforward: all of them. Besides brushes, you should regularly clean your sponges and blenders, lip applications and eyelash curlers, and every other makeup tool or product that comes to contact with your clients' faces and skin in general. To provide you with a full story, we will give you some insight into the cleaning ideas and processes you can incorporate. Some of them will require nothing, no money spent, nothing at all that you do not already have. So, There are expensive and inexpensive ways to clean your brushes, so let us cover the inexpensive ones first. Use baby wipes to remove leftover makeup and dead skin after each use. It might not look like the best way to clean the brushes, and it is not perfect, but baby wipes contain alcohol inside of them, which will kill a lot of germs and bacteria, making the brush much cleaner than before wipes, which makes them your go-to cleaning approach if you are on the go and do not have the infrastructure for other methods we are about to mention. Also, try getting wipes that do not contain oils inside them, because oils will leave an oily residue on the brush, which is again bacteria reproduction utopia. You do not want to make things that easy for bacteria to reproduce. Using dish soap and water. This is an even simpler solution. You mix water and liquid dish soap and wash the brushes in that mixture. Wash the brushes with clean water after that and let them dry. If you think about it a bit, dish soap has an extreme grease removing formula, and makeup products are mostly oils mixed with color. Also, skin oils are in the brush as well, so all come into the area of expertise for dish soap. You can let them dry on a towel during the night. Of course, before you put the brush on a towel, you will want to shake it so that excess water ends up off the brush. Ensure the brush is restored to its initial shape so it does not lose its shape and form after washing. Also, keep in mind that this approach is okay only for synthetic brushes, while natural ones might lose their features due to the strong chemicals inside the dish soap. Using shampoo and water. This method is also valid. If you think about it, natural bristle brushes are similar to human hair. So why not use human hair products to remove the grease from the hair? Everything else should be done the same way as we did with dish soap, and your brushes will be as good as new. There are also some professional products for cleaning your brushes, so you do not have to be the creator of your cleaning formula. You can find brush cleaners in every makeup department store. It is effortless to use, with a very similar procedure for brushing using soap or shampoo. You follow the instructions described on the cleaning formulas box, and you will be good to go. It would be best if you wiped metal tools with alcohol after washing the bristles. When we say clean metal tools, we mean only the handle, not the bristles. As you can see, the process of wiping the metal parts of the brush is very simple and will not require any significant effort in order for you to reproduce this process properly. And the final thing we need to cover here is how often you should wash your brushes. And this question is tough to answer in simple terms because it depends on quite a few factors. What type of tool we are talking about, how often we use it, what texture of the product it is used with, whether it is used on one person or several. General suggestions we have for you are cleaning your brushes after each customer. If you are not using them only on your skin, at least sanitizing them with a brush cleaner so you do not waste a lot of time. If you are using them for your skin, you might clean them once a week. Sponges should be rinsed after each use, the same way you would wash your brushes, no matter the use situation. At least clean the sponge in some warm water. Feel free to apply some soap on the sponge directly. Of course, you can apply it to your hand first and then transfer it onto the sponge. After we have applied the soap, we want to make sure that the sponge is rinsed and that every possible piece of dirt or residing product is exterminated from it. And after that, we are going to have to wash off the soap from the sponge. This step might be harder than it appears. Just be determined to wash it off and you will succeed for sure. And we are done. That would be some basic knowledge about our makeup brush maintenance and why you should never skip it. We hope that you have learned some new things and will be incorporating them into your makeup routines.